Morning everyone, Happy New Year. Alex Corey here with cultivatedchange.com. As part of the new year, most people start thinking about things they'd like to change in their life, either new habits they want to pick up or old habits they want to let go of, just something usually beneficial that they think would be better for them in the long run over the next year, 5 years, 10 years. So for mine, my hardest one has always been coffee. It's a really silly one, and most people think that this isn't a big deal. Coffee's fine, it's part of a normal routine, and it is. Coffee's perfectly fine. But this past year has been my experimentation time with trying to put as little exogenous compound in my body as possible. So I've recently been trying the carnivore-ish diet. I haven't gone full carnivore yet, but my entire life has revolved around blood sugar mostly. So because I'm just so tall and lanky and active all the time, I'm just always hungry. So in my 20s, I was vegetarian, vegan, and I was eating grazing every 2 to 3 hours, just basically running on sugar, which is fine for some people. And if you're extremely active, you can get away with that. But this last year has been refreshing. I started implementing a lot more fat. My carb intake is probably down to about 15% of my daily caloric diet, maybe. And I've been feeling really good. Only need to eat maybe once every 4 to 5 to 6 hours, and that's if I'm active, if I'm having a good gym day. Other than that, blood sugar seems pretty stable. I don't get those massive swings in mood or anything as bad as I used to, for sure. But the next thing to go, and this is something that I've only done once, is coffee. There are multiple viewpoints on coffee and whether it's actually beneficial for you. You can find all sorts of articles on antioxidant properties and possible Alzheimer's prevention, things like that. There are also plenty of people out there saying, no, coffee has pro-oxidants, meaning they're actually stealing electrons from the cells in your body, and it's just activating your body's innate antioxidant glutathione NRF2 pathways. The same way exercise does, same way some chemicals within medicinal plants do. It's not that the compound coffee has things that are necessarily good for you. It's that it's a small dose of toxicity triggering your body's potent antioxidant system, accomplishing the same effect. But if you can do that without putting an exogenous compound into your body, why wouldn't you do that? So that's the thinking behind the entire carnivore-ish diet or carnivore diet. Just a reset. Stop putting things, just eliminate everything that is not absolutely necessary from your body, and then start reintroducing things and see how they react. So I'm going to start, today will be my last day of straight coffee, and yes, it's Starbucks. There's the only place that was open. I have found that I cannot do coffee myself. So I have a French press, a pour over, I've tried machines, I've put a shot of the ones I have in, but I have never been able to achieve the same alertness, the same perk effect that I can with a commercial temperature monitored coffee. I don't know why. I could be doing something wrong, but I've never been willing to invest in a proper system because I don't need coffee, meaning my metabolism when I wake up in the morning works pretty well. My cortisol levels shoot up as they're supposed to first thing in the morning. Within about 15 minutes, I'm pretty awake. I should be drinking water, and I do. But coffee definitely gives me that jolt if I need to be a little quicker paced than I usually am. But I don't need it, and the side effects are serious. Not serious, but noticeable, meaning I get very jittery like a lot of people do, and this is a dark roast. There's not even that much caffeine in it. So I get very jittery and anxious. It triggers my neuroses like it does for a lot of people, but there's not enough benefits to it that I couldn't get elsewhere that make me think I should keep it in my diet. So I'm going to do a couple of different vlogs day by day on how people can, what works for me, and I'm going to go over the ACE health coaching model for how to break habits. We're going to break them down into little itty bitty chunks just off of things that trigger that habit in your brain, what happens right before that, what the literature says about the best way to break habits. A lot of people just say go cold turkey. I have done that before. It does work. With coffee, you can get away with that. But I did get splitting headaches when I did it last time. That was last year. Wasn't all that much fun. So this time for the new year, I am going to do a slow wean off, introducing some other compounds that substitute for coffee that have caffeine, just so you don't get that pounding headache. And then we'll eventually see if we can get rid of those compounds in general. Day by day, each day we'll go through a little bit of literature, how the habit works, and what has been working for me. So stay tuned for the next vlog.